Good afternoon, everyone. It is normally I do these live Facebook feeds on a Monday, or I've just started to, but because I was teaching Reiki 2 yesterday, I decided to take the day off. So in order to nurture myself and practice what I'm always saying you guys need to do, I looked after myself and took the day off. So I do apologise. Hi Carmen, beautiful Carmen, was at the workshop on the weekend. Apologise for missing my usual Monday spot. So today it feels like a Monday for me. We're in the office getting prepped and just doing some admin and some of the follow-up today. And I was thinking about what topic I wanted to share with you guys, and I thought, being that we've got Accelerate Your Intuition coming up, I thought I would bring a focus in on really harnessing your intuition and the power of your mind. Hi, darling. So yeah, one of the first ways that intuition started to connect with me was through my dreams, and through Aboriginal storytelling and dream time. It's certainly been a focus of many different spiritual traditions that some actually believe the dream space is more real than the life and the reality, because we tend to live our life through the confines of the mind. And it's quite interesting. I know I went through a stage in my life where my dreams were really, really active, and I was having quite vivid, really interesting dreams. And then I started to find that there's periods in my life where I feel like I'm not dreaming, but it's not really that I'm not dreaming. It's that my mind's so active. I wake up first thing in the morning and I start focusing on what it is that I have to be doing. And I really hadn't paid much attention to recalling my dreams. But like with everything, whether it's crystals that you're integrating into your Reiki, or whether you go through, I'm interested in dreams again, and looking at the kind of intuitive messages I'm getting through my dreams, I find I go through phases and stages. So I had a really interesting dream last night. Would you like to hear about it? Okay, it's pretty cool, because dreams sometimes you get symbolic messages in your dreams. Sometimes sometimes it's helping you to unlock some fear that you have, and it's quite interesting. The one thing I wanted to say about interpreting your dreams, I'm sure many of you have had a dream Bible before, where you can go in and you can kind of look at, if you have a snake in a dream, it can represent, new life or pregnancy, new beginnings. There's also, hi Candy, how are you going? There's also, I find it could be really helpful. You can just jump on the internet and do a search if you have a specific thing come up. But really always take that as general guidance. Get ideas and inspiration from the beautiful World Wide Web or from books, but then really come back to your heart and just see, what does this dream mean to me? I tend to be a talker. I know that's surprising to many of you guys. So I like to talk out what's going on in my life with my beautiful husband. I don't know if he likes it so much, but I'll wake up in the morning, he brings me a beautiful cup of tea, and we'll sit there and I'll tell him about a dream I had. So I'm going to tell you about a dream I had last night. So in this dream, I was having surgery, and it was really vivid. And I remember the doctor was doing surgery on both of my feet. And when I was in the surgery, Gerald was there. I remember really clearly he was in the operating theatre with me. It was just the recall I had was that the doctor said to me, everything's going to be okay. And I was worried about there being an abreaction, or I remember feeling like, a feeling of, perhaps not trusting in the process. I was scared of, what if they make a mistake? What if they do something to hurt my feet? And he said to me, no, it's going to be fine. You can trust me. And then I remember going to sleep. They did the operation. I woke up and everything was fine. And what's interesting is my beautiful daughter, Georgia, has had an ongoing problem with her ankle. She's got an extra bone in her foot. And we have done everything we can over the last 12 months to heal her foot traditionally without having to go to surgery, but we just had a surgical appointment about 3 weeks ago, managed to get her on the wait list and so she's going to be having surgery on her ankle. So Mama Bear has been a little bit worried about Georgia getting that surgery, and I said to her in the morning, I said this morning to her, I just had a dream about me having an operation on my foot. And in the dream, everything worked out okay. And so I said, you know, perhaps it's symbolic of everything's going to be fine with your surgery. And I said, are you worried about it at all, Georgia? And she goes, nah. She said, that's your job. You do the worrying. And I said, okay, interesting. So yes, Georgia wasn't concerned at all. But yeah, I guess it was a fear that was being resolved in my dream, and just, you know, symbolically telling me everything's going to be okay. And, you know, I think it's really nice when we get beautiful messages in our dreams. There's some interesting ones, you know, and quite often when we get nightmares as well, sometimes it's because we haven't been listening to the subtle messages. So sometimes we get slapped with a nightmare, and it's funny when you wake up from those kinds. Well, it's not funny, but when you wake up from a dream that really has shocked you and scared you, it's amazing how you know, it can really replay on your mind. And when we can take a symbolic look at it, or look at, you know, what meaning does this message have for me, it does give us time to go into our inner world and see see what messages it's bringing up for you. So I'd love to know from you guys if you have active dreams. I'd love to know, guys, if you're watching at the moment, just let me know in the messages if you have had phases where you just haven't dreamt, and then when you've come back into more active phase, if you've actually found it's been quite helpful in your life to interpret the messages, and if you found that it is, you know, the beginning of your intuition awakening, when you can take then that time to go within and figure out for yourself what the message means. Really curious. There's a great book. I'll put the name of it that I read a while ago, and you know, there's a few really good books out there, but it's called Conscious Dreaming, and I highly recommend if you're interested in learning more about interpreting dreams. He's an Australian man, and I really enjoyed reading his book, and you know, looking at how we can also enter back into our dreams, which is really cool. So if you have, I remember once I had a dream, there was a snake in the dream, and this is going back about a year ago, and in the dream I walked into this very clinical setting, and there was a snake in a bag, and I remember they were in the medical, it was almost like a medical dream, and in the dream they were bleeding the snake and using it as a healing modality, and I remember feeling really uncomfortable about it. And I felt like they had all these glossy brochures, and everything seemed on the outside to be really well done, but something didn't feel right, and it was my intuition. But in the dream, I ended up just exiting that building because it just didn't feel right for me, and leaving. But I didn't actually save the snake, and I remember feeling bad because I kind of went, I really wanted, to me it was a message that I didn't have the courage, and that was the message that I got at the time. I was sitting in a lot of fear around some of the changes I was making. It was when I was stepping into this centre, so I had fear around being in my own practice and opening my own centre, and to me it was about remembering, I can't quite remember what the dream meant at the time, but it was about integrity and coming back into doing the right thing, and when I spoke to one of my friends and mentors about it, and we discussed the idea of going back in and re-entering the dream to change the outcome of it. And I did it through meditation. So I closed my eyes, I ran Reiki on my body, and I went back into this beautiful meditation, and went back into that through just actively remembering the dream. I went back in, and I went in and just found the snake. And I remember being afraid of the snake. So it was in a bag, but I remember having fear of the snake, but needing to save it anyway. And I think to me, the snake represented the business. I was afraid of it. But at the same time, it was a new beginning, and it was, the symbolic message to me was, you're going to have what you need. It's going to be okay. But you've got to do things in a way that's in alignment. That's it. Conscious Dreaming by Robert Moss. It's a great book. Thanks, Vicky. What I did is I just walked in. I didn't have any confrontation in my dream recall, so I think that was important to me at the time. It was just, I just went in and I found a snake in the bag, and I just picked it up and I took it outside. And I remember walking out into this beautiful field, and opening up the bag and just standing back and letting the snake out. And what was really beautiful is it was a massive snake in my dream. And in this dream recall, when I re-entered the dream, it literally came out and it started winding its body around my legs. But it was almost like, you know how a cat nestles up around your body? It was really loving, and it was like it was just showing gratitude. And to me, that represented taking my fear and transmuting it to love. And to me, the freedom was about having the freedom of owning my own business. It was the freedom of being in my own center. But was I scared? Oh my God, I was terrified. I was terrified that I couldn't pay the rent. I was terrified that people wouldn't come to learn Reiki, you know. So, and you know, we're going back. Oh, how long have I been here for now? Vicky, can you remember? It's been, well, a year and a half. Yeah, I was going to say it was November. The year before when we opened up this centre, so that's how long ago that dream was. And it was really, really powerful for me to go back in and release the snake, because essentially what I was doing is I was releasing energetically the fear that I had around stepping into this new beginning. And that's how powerful your dreams can be and your intuitions. So highly recommend start a dream journal. So if you want to remember your dreams, what I suggest you do is make a really clear note when just before you're going to sleep. Have a dream journal by your bed and a pen, because the key thing is that you have to get up straight away and document the dream. So it's almost like you want to stay in the memory of the dream, stay in that half sleepy state. And what happens is as you start writing and remembering what you were dreaming, the image, it's almost like it comes back into your conscious mind, and you can recall and remember more of the dream. And as you're writing, it's almost like you just get into that natural flow state. And then you can take time to bring it into the, you know, really into conscious awareness and start analysing and looking at what are the significant messages for you that you can take from this message. So I think, hi Sarah, lovely to have you here. I hope you have enjoyed this live feed today, and if you are interested in learning more about accelerating your intuition, I have a AYI workshop coming up on the 16th and 17th of March, and you get this amazing, I don't know if you can see it here, Accelerate Your Intuition workbook. It's backwards because it's on camera, but you know, this is a great workbook that you guys get when you join in the workshop. There's only a few places left, so if you do want to join us, please jump online and book your ticket. It's only $3.97. I would love to have you there. It's a beginner's course. We dive into all the different ways that you can access your intuition and interpret the messages that both your angels and your guides are giving you, but also that life is giving you, so we can receive signs from lots of different in lots of different ways. So I like to make it a really fun, interactive workshop where we'll be doing lots of work in pairs and really just practicing getting intuitive messages. There's something really beautiful that happens in this center. When you come together, there's a collective energy that just expands. So it allows for a heightened intuition to take place. So people tend to get messages, really clear guidance and messages through, because of the collective energy of the group, more so than when we're on our own trying to do it. So if that sounds appealing to you, we'll put a link in the message below, and I would love to see you there. And I will be back on a live feed next week on Monday. It is going to be a public holiday, so I'll probably be live feeding from home with the kids running around in the background or wherever we happen to be at the time. Yeah, jump on, and I look forward to seeing you there. I have also things coming up this week. Next week we have membership group on Tuesday night, which is for all my Reiki 2 students. So those of you that are interested in coming along and learning more about Reiki and about intuition, we are unpacking how to do angel card readings and how to incorporate them into your Reiki sessions. So that's what we're doing this on the 5th, Tuesday the 5th. So if you're interested in learning more about that, yeah, send me a message and you can find all the information on the website too. So happy Tuesday. I hope you have a beautiful week. I'd love to hear comments from you guys. If you have any cool dreams that happen over the next couple of days, yeah, share them with us, and I look forward to hearing more about your journey and your intuition expanding into more and more joy. And I think that's it for me now. Signing off. I will see you later. Namaste.